Hi there and welcome to Elroi Academy's History 2017's course. My name is Peter Rousseau. I'm owner and headmaster of Elroi Academy, and unfortunately I'm not your history teacher for this course. That would be Mrs. Alta Cornay Skeepers. You can get in contact with Mrs. Skeepers by contacting her on her email. It's altacornay@elroiacademy.org or through the Canvas inbox. And the way you would do that is you would go to the inbox here on the left hand side, and then here at the top, compose a new message, select the course from where you are sending it, history, start typing her name, Alta Cornay, and then you can type the subject of your question. Probably you're asking something about a specific assignment, so quote the name of the assignment and then the body of your text. Okay, so that's how you can get in contact with her, but more now about the course. Currently we're on the home page, and there is important information regarding the subject provided. For example, information on how to contact your teacher, but also the textbook that you are going to need. This is one of the few subjects that we have a textbook for, so please make sure to purchase this textbook as soon as possible. You can do it online in print or in ebook, or you could let Tanya order it for you at the office, and you can come and collect it from our office in Serene Street, but it might take slightly longer since we'll wait for a bulk purchase. So you could do that. If you purchase it yourself, you can send the receipt to Tanya for a discount on your fees, since the textbook is actually included in your study fees. But just to reduce the time it might take for us to purchase it and then get it to you, it might be more convenient for you just to purchase it yourself as soon as possible and rather deduct it from the course fees. So you can do that, but read through this. Very important. The textbook is very important since it will be made reference to in this course. However, we've made sure that the first two modules, the first 2 weeks, does not rely so heavily on the textbook, so that you can still start your studies as soon as possible. The next very important aspect is the Sba Tasks. These are the formal assessments that count towards your final mark, and in Elroi Academy, we take them so serious that if you do not submit your formal assessments, you do not get registered for the final exam. And so therefore, it's incredibly important that you submit them on time in order to ensure that you will write the final exam. Here so far is a list of the formal assessments that you will do this year, and those that have already scheduled dates have been set here. The others are to be announced, together with the marks that they will count out of. Please note then to make sure you know exactly when you have formal assessments due. Just some general notes to read through here, some things a little bit more applied to the subject that I might not be familiar with, but please read through that. On the home page, you'll also see that the activities that are due for January has been posted here, and so you must make sure that on the 23rd of January you submit the first assignment. But this is not where you will work from. You will work from the modules page. So if we go to the modules page, you'll see this is exactly what you will encounter. First of all, you must edit your profile. Then you must submit past information about your experience with the subject, and then there's a little welcome note that just gives a little bit more information regarding the subject. Now, before this module can be unlocked, you first have to do this introductory module. So this would still be locked. And so you would basically go in there, follow the instructions that it gives you, edit your profile. You see when you register, you only register with an email, so we don't know what your name is. So in order to edit your name so that when you interact on the course we have your name, please go to account and edit your profile details so that it reflects your name. Click on done, on mark as done. It will look like this. Mark is done when you're finished, and then you can go to next, where you will enter your past information related to this course, etc., and then you'll submit and click on next. Give you the little welcome message, and that will automatically produce these ticks here on the side. Tick tick. That's because this has to be marked as done and this has to be submitted. Once it is, it gets a tick, and the module gets a tick when everything in the module has been completed. Not unless this is ticked, the next module will still be locked. Now, in the next module, this is very, very important. For the first 2 weeks, we're giving you time to work through this content. So, not unless you start after 23rd of January, you have time to work through this content. That is simply to create for yourself a feel of the information and the background information relating to what this topic is going to be about. Get familiar with it. Read as much as you can. As we say in the course, fill yourself. Put yourself in the past and get familiar with the past, so that once you get to the activity that you're quite familiar with names, places, people, images that you might encounter as you've encountered them here and you will encounter in the activity. For activity 1, let's just go to activity 1, due on the 23rd, activity 2 on the 24th, activity 3 also on the 24th, activity, the source-based task, due on January the 25th. If I go to activity 1, you notice it will ask you to draw a table with 2 columns to show the difference between capitalism and communism. Submit assignment. If you click on that, it will produce the text entry box where you can draw a table. Notice that you've got some resources here in order to do that. So for example, here's a table. Difference between communism and capitalism. You'll start here, communism and capitalism. That correct? Looks like it. Communism and capitalism, and then you start doing the differences. This is not automatically graded. This is a topic that has to be graded by your teacher. And so you'll notice after you've submitted it, it says it's been turned in, and then as soon as she has graded it, you'll see, as soon as she has graded it, your grade will appear here on the left hand side. So please do that. Then you click on next. That will take you to using the visual sources to find info and detect biases. This is a quiz, corresponds to activity 2 on page 6 of the textbook. Take the quiz, and here you will notice you've got 5 questions, each for which you have to give an essay type answer. And so that is how this course works. Again, essay type answers will not be automatically graded. Your teacher will grade them every week. And so come back to see what your grades are for the assignments that you've done. Therefore, as you can see, all you're simply doing is working chronologically through the work, starting from this module, going down and going down. Once you get to some links and information, you'll be given time to work through those if it needs time before you do the quiz. And then what you will notice is that each module corresponds to one chapter in the textbook. Now this is, I'm told, because I don't offer the subject, or I don't present the subject. So the chapters that's not here, this is only January's work that's been posted so long, as well as past papers for a previous Sakai exam, past papers that's been posted online. So this is your course. Let me just explain a little bit some of the extra features here on the side. We've been at home, announcements. If Mrs. Skipper wanted to communicate to you as a group, something like what would be the content of the exam, not the content, but the outlines of the exam, or the scope of the exams, or useful information that she wants to communicate to all of you at the same time, she will use announcements. If there's an announcement, you'll get a notification here next to the word. Please make sure that you're up to date with all the announcements sent. Modules is where you will work from most of the times. Assignments would be just a list of all the assignments, formal assessments, homework tasks, everything would be in here. Discussions, if you decided, and that's probably a very practical aspect of this course, can encourage discussions. If you wanted to start a discussion with some of your classmates, or if a discussion is started relating to the subject by the teacher, it will be here. Grades is where you can reference what you got for assignments, for whether formal assessments or homework. You can come here to see what grade did you score. People would be all the people in the course. Collaborations would be a type of online lesson that, actually I don't think so. Collaborations is something else that should not be there. People would be all the people in this course. Well, there are basically two things that you need to do in order to be successful with online and distance learning studies. The one is to consistently work hard. You cannot take 1 week break or leave. The year is simply too short. Even when holidays are scheduled, continue to work and catch up where you maybe fell behind or work ahead. You cannot stop working hard. That's the first thing. The second thing is, whenever you get stuck or whenever you're finding it difficult, we would be oblivious to it unless you communicate with us. This is one of the crucial aspects to being successful with our online courses, is communicate with our stunning online teachers, and they will help you to get through the thing that you're struggling with. So please make sure that you commit to those two things, and I can assure you, if you do, you will score the marks that you've worked for. Thank you very much for your efforts and for watching this video. Good luck with the course, and I'll speak to you soon.